Am I the only person that sees what's happening right now? This behind me is absolutely nothing compared to everything that's happening in the Middle East right now. The Middle East is most likely where we're going to see US troops versus Russian troops. Let me show you why, and I'll tell you how to prepare. By the way, everything in this video is my opinion. It's all my analyzation based on the news itself. Right now, the United States is sending 4,000 Marines to the Middle East, but we're also sending the Lincoln Carrier Strike Group to the Middle East, but not even 2 days ago after the Lebanon strike, I believe we sent 2,500 Navy members as well. So far, we've sent 7,000 additional members of our military to the Middle East. Now remember, I told you this is not just Israel versus Iran, right? It is Israel versus Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, Yemen, Iran, Syria. Even Turkey is going to be sending troops to fight against Israel. Let me show you now where Russia comes into the situation. We have just caught Russia in the process of mass transportation of a whole bunch of weapons to Iran. But it's much worse. Iran's deployed Russia's most powerful jamming communication system in Iran. And remember a few months ago when the US was warning about space weapons in Russia? Now we're having major worries of EMPs from Iran or Russia. It gives me leave the world behind vibes. And for the last 2 days, all countries are warning their citizens to leave Tel Aviv. I believe Iran's supreme leader said it's going to be non-existent. The UK embassy is now calling on British nationals to depart and send them to Lebanon. Wake up, this is all of NATO versus all of BRICS. What Hezbollah is doing right now is nothing but a mere joke compared to what's about to happen. And if you're like, what's taking so long? They had 24 hours grieving of their political leaders. And don't forget, there's a non-stop flow of Russian military transport planes landing in Iran. I bet you they have a ton of military on those planes as well. Y'all, come on. Here we go. Wake up. So BRICS called on the Middle East to tell them to stop using the US dollar, and all of a sudden we see that our stock market is crashing for 2 days straight. Now, of course, we had the preemptive selective draft letters go out, right? So if you have a real disability, if you have a real part of you that's messed up of why you can't, hurry up and get your doctor's note. There's no such thing as coincidences. Wake up again. Now, with problems with the petrodollar and problems in the Middle East, it means everything's going to become more expensive. Because everything needs gas for transport.
If you live on planet Earth, this is going to be a very important video for you to understand. This is the volatility index. This gauges how risky the economy is and how much of a potential there is for collapse. It's up 122% in the last day and a half. It's above levels we haven't seen since COVID. Right here, this is 2020 when we found out COVID was happening and the economy was going to be just completely shut down. Now it just spiked to 52. This is a massive indicator. This tells the world that we are on the brink of a collapse and the global economies are crashing right now. Japan's stock market's down 12%. Europe's is down massively. The futures market for the United States is down massively.
The world didn't have enough to worry about right now. The financial markets are tanking across Asia, into Europe, all over fears that the world's biggest economy, the US, is about to shrink.
The stock market's collapsing. That's it. It's here. It's over. Warren Buffett just sold half of his Apple holdings. Nancy Pelosi sold Microsoft. Warren Buffett sold all his Bank of America shares. So what's causing this? Bank of America is getting sold off because the commercial market is coming due, and that is in shambles right now. They need to do condo conversions on all those offices. But the big tech players, they miss their earnings. Now there's fear of the war with Iran. Israel's going to war with everybody in the Middle East. So this is all just so scary.